Is a Sandals all-inclusive resort vacation your cup of tea? If so, you're going to love my next guest. And don't forget to stick around to the end of the video for a sneak peek at Sandals' newest resort. Cheers! My guest today is Shari Marsh, owner of Cruise Holidays Land and Sea, located in Raleigh, North Carolina. Shari is an avid river cruiser and ocean cruiser, but she's also a Sandals certified specialist. Shari has been meeting the needs of her clients since 2007. Hi, Shari. Welcome to RTE Travel Talk.
Good morning, Ken. Thanks for having me back. Good to see you.
Great to see you. So, Shari, Deb and I, as you know, have been avid river and ocean cruisers for years, but the other thing we've been looking at is sandals. And I know you're a sandal certified specialist. And I also know a little bird told me that you're recently back from Sandals Barbados. So I'm checking in with you today to learn all about sandals.
I have. I just came back from a little bit of a learning and R&R time at Sandals Barbados. And now I only have one more Sandals to go, and I will have visited or stayed at every single Sandals location.
Wow. So you're an expert.
I love them. I think they're great, and they all have a personality.
So what is it that people like about sandals, Shari?
Well, the first thing people like about sandals is it's all-inclusive. So from the minute you get on the plane in your home country of Canada and until you return back to Canada, everything is covered with the exception of butler gratuities if you have a butler. But everything is covered. And Sandals is even pretty adamant about no tipping. It is covered. So you can budget it so much easier. You don't have to worry about excess charges. You can even set up your spa treatments before you go and have those paid for before you go. So everything is paid for. You land and you have fun.
Wow. So that's one thing when we would cruise, especially on an ocean cruise, I kind of dreaded the departure day because you got the bill.
That long bill at the end. Yeah, I know.
You realize, oh my gosh, I've really indulged, but you still had fun.
And Sandals is a 5-star luxury resort. They go out of their way to give you a luxury experience. The food is gourmet food. To me, they are an exemplary example of a all-inclusive.
Right. Now, in terms of pricing, they're probably, would you consider them higher end? Well, obviously they're 5-star, so you're going to pay for that, but it's worth it.
Yeah, Sandals is a complicated product. If you ever go to the website, you start looking at all the pretty pictures, and then you try and differentiate one resort from another, and then you go into that resort and you try and differentiate the 20 categories of rooms, it's difficult.
Right.
I talked to Sandals about that one time, and they said they kind of do that intentionally so that you need a professional to help you weed through it all and understand exactly what it is you're getting. Sandals has 3 levels. They have luxury level, they have club level, they have butler level. And when I start talking to somebody about Sandals, before we even narrow down on the resort, we narrow down on which of those levels is best for them. So when you ask me about pricing, I have to be honest and tell you that luxury level to me is like a lot of other resorts. It's a you come in and you check in at a front desk. You make your own dinner reservations. You navigate the waters yourself, but you have the Sandals location.
Right.
Club level is concierge. You are ushered into a concierge lounge. They take care of your reservations for you. That's your place to go if you have an issue or anything you need help with, or you want to go off resort. You go to your concierge lounge. You have a little bit more amenities in your room. And then there's butler level. And butler level, they have their own elite lounge. You have a private butler. He takes care of everything for you. Your reservations, your dining, anything you want. I want a cheese plate and a cocktail in my room on the balcony every night at 5:00. My butler shows up with my cocktail and my cheese plate every night at 5:00. That's my wind down time. And I always set that up before I go. So I actually, at this point in time, I think all my guests do that have butler level because they've decided I have the winning combination there. Once you get past that, and that's a big decision, but as far as pricing goes, that introductory luxury level
Right.
is very competitive with some of the other higher end resorts that other people are familiar with as well. But I have to be honest with you and tell you that most of my guests do not come in at luxury level. They come in at concierge or butler because they're looking for that more tailored luxury experience.
Pampered.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So Sandals Barbados.
Mm-hmm.
That you just came back from there. Is there two Sandals Barbados?
There are. So the original Sandals Barbados is Sandals Barbados.
Right.
The new section or the new one is called Royal Barbados. Obviously, Royal Barbados is supposed to mean a little bit more elevated product than regular sandals. That's kind of a subjective opinion. And really, this one seems more like one great big huge resort.
Okay.
Sandals has a policy of stay at one, play at two with Barbados. In Jamaica, they have a few places that stay at one, play at three. And in St. Lucia, it's stay at one and play at three. So what that means is you are going to Sandals Barbados, but you have complete privileges at Sandals Royal Barbados and back and forth. And same with the ones that are not side by side. So if you're in St. Lucia, for example, you can take the shuttle to one of the other resorts. But in this case, they are side by side. So at a certain point, like day 2, you start to feel that it's just one big resort.
Right.
Because it really doesn't matter. You just keep crossing back and forth, and actually you can't really even find the line with Royal Barbados and Sandals Barbados. So to me, it was just one great big resort. I chose Royal Barbados because they have a new building and a new section called the Tranquility Collection. And I had a room with a swim out suite that was tucked in the back of the resort. No, I did not have a beach view, but that was okay. And then there's also this Gimungo pool and its own bar just steps away from where my even swim up suite was. It's a quieter section. And then there's brand new restaurants that were not open yet, but will be, I believe, this week. And they are healthy related types. So it's a very the tranquil section. There was even a beautiful outdoor building that is there for yoga. I personally saw it as a place for a wedding pavilion. It translated into a wedding pavilion for me, but I did see people doing yoga in the morning. So tranquil doesn't mean no fun, because steps away from there is the rest of the resorts. So it is kind of like a pullback section. So for maybe for honeymooners or people like me who are somewhat overworked sometimes and need that little bit of decompressing time, but still want to have all the fun, it was a great section in the building. Just opened July 1.
What type of a crowd should you expect at a Sandals resort? Like you see what it seems to be all the beautiful people on the commercials.
I know. Actually, I've had a conversation with the Sandals people about that before, because it's interesting when you get to Sandals, you get on location and you start looking at the demographics. Right. And the demographics is not what you expect at all. In fact, I had a woman, she recently talked to me about a month ago, and she booked an amazing suite at one of the resorts. And she even said to me, do not put me at a place with a bunch of 20-somethings with amazing abs. She said, I just don't think I can do that. And I said, well, I can't say that it's not going to be some 20-somethings with amazing abs. But I mean, my last Sandals experience prior to Barbados was celebrating a woman who was 95 years old, and she goes to Sandals all the time. So the demographics are definitely not what you think, but you also have to think about the price point. So if the price point is a little higher than some of the other resorts, you're probably going to look for a little different demographics. Yes, you're going to see honeymooners. I also send a lot of 50-year-old birthday celebrations. I send, in this case that I just talked about, this is a 60-year-old birthday celebration. I do a lot of 25, 35, 45 years of marriage. So the demographics are absolutely not that picture perfect 20-something on the front of the catalog. Right. I feel very comfortable there, and I'm not a 20-something.
What's your favorite thing about Sandals?
My favorite thing about Sandals is there's consistency of quality without each one being identical. Every Sandals has a personality. So you can go from sandals to sandals to sandals and know that you're going to get the quality that you expect, but you'll have a completely different experience because they all have such a different personality. And that's what I like. And that's what I like for my guests too. I know what I'm sending them into. I know what the quality is going to be. Then it's just a matter of sending them to the right location.
Right. If you're looking to do a vacation year after year, obviously, then you could go back to each different Sandals resort and have a different vacation at each one.
And some people do go year after year.
Wow.
Or every 2 years.
I heard that they were looking to expand. Is there what's their expansion plans? Is there any new resorts on the horizon that we know about?
As of yesterday, we can book the brand new Sandals Curacao, which is opening in April. Well, target date is April 2022.
Oh.
I have learned one thing: target dates don't always work out, especially with COVID. So I would say I feel safer talking to people about May than I do about April. But it's there. It's close to completion, and it opened for reservation as of yesterday. And I'm excited because now I have 2 to go see instead of just 1. And Curacao is an island people don't know a lot about. Just like when Grenada opened,
Right.
People don't know a lot about Grenada. And I've had a lot of, again, I go back to honeymooners because they have a different situation than people who are looking for just a vacation. They're looking for a wow. They're looking for something they won't forget. They're looking for a memory maker. And so quite often I know I can send them to Sandals and I can send them to Grenada or Barbados or Curacao now, and they're going to feel that they've gone to a unique destination versus somebody who goes to Niagara Falls. I'm anxious to find out what the new items are that they put in at Curacao, because one of the draws for going to Barbados right now are the new amenities that Sandals tried out. So one of them is a rooftop pool and bar and restaurant. I, of course, had to go check it out and spend a little time there. And it was beautiful. And you can overlook the beach and overlook the ocean. And it was gorgeous, just gorgeous. The French restaurant is located there. So it was a very romantic place for dining. They also have a bowling alley, first bowling alley on Sandals. A lot of fun. And it's all free.
Yeah.
You don't get charged for the shoes. You don't get charged for the lane. It's all included.
Last question. The restaurants, there's obviously a plethora of restaurants to choose from. You can, and at the Sandals Resort, you talked about on Barbados, you've got Sandals Barbados and the Sandals Royal Royal.
Correct.
And there's restaurants in each one, so you can go back and forth. It doesn't matter whatever restaurant.
Yeah, that I think is one of the most unique qualities about Barbados and Royal Barbados, and by them being side by side. If you choose to stay at one, play at 3, and in Jamaica, you have to you can make the reservation for a different resort, but you have to take the shuttle back and forth. Okay, it's a minor inconvenience, 10 minutes, but in this case, you just walk back and forth between them. So you have almost a 20 restaurant selection between the 2 restaurants in Barbados. So 7 nights, you've got some deciding to make.
Wow. This has been great, Shari. We're going to have to book Sandals.
Awesome. Everybody should. I'm telling you, you're going to come back super refreshed and you're going to love it.
So if people wanted to find out more information about Sandals, how can they contact you? What's the best way?
I believe there's a nice number scrolling across the bottom of the screen, 919-747-9996. Or email me. I have a lot of people who just email and we go back and forth. I have some guests as far reaching as France. So email works just as well too. I love to introduce you to some of the different Sandals, find out what's important to you. Is it a long stroll on the beach? Is it an amazing pool bar? Is it, a beautiful infinity pool outside your own suite? We'll find it. We'll find the right product and we'll find the right fit.
Now, normally I would end off a segment by wishing you happy travels, and I'll see you on a Lido deck real soon, but perhaps maybe on this one, I'll see you on the veranda of an over-the-water villa.
Oh, my
goodness. Sandals Resort real soon.
Sounds fabulous. Meet you there.
All right. Thanks, Shari.
Ken.
Bye-bye.
Right, bye.
And that about wraps things up for today, folks. A special thanks to my guest, Shari Marsh. You can find her contact information in the description for those of you that would like to reach out and contact Shari. If you'd like to reach us, just leave a comment, send an email to questions@realtravelexperts.com, or visit our website, realtravelexperts.com. We always respond, and we'd love to hear from you. And as always, folks, if you enjoyed this video, a like, a subscribe, and the ring of the bell is always appreciated, and helps us to spread the word. So until next time, happy travels!